I remember your ankles, Ange.
Oh! I think that's the thing I remember the most from your pregnancies.
You sure you don't remember my walk?
I remember your walk.
Girl, that walk got crazy. What do you think would be worse, having kids that you didn't want to have or not having kids that you did want to have? But in all fairness, some people can't, you get that. Some people can't comprehend your decision, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Between all of us, you already know you're the favorite for mum and dad. Whether it's, child, why are you acting surprised? For who?
I don't want to answer this question.
No, you have to. Like, you would get criticized for not having enough children, and then I'm getting criticized for having too many. And it's like, stay out of people's wombs. Did you know that Australia's birth rate or fertility rate is the lowest it's ever been? People are starting to have children and getting married much later in life. Today, we're discussing a question that I think most of you have pondered before. Do you want to have children? Joining me will be my sister. So without further ado, let's get into this chat. Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Taught Us Podcast with your host, your girl, Aunty UMUHOZA. Today, we are talking about a really interesting topic, I think, because most of you have either been asked this question or have asked this question to somebody. Do you want to have kids? And my topic that I've got written down here is motherhood is optional, ? And joining me today is my sister, Pamela. If you know me, you know her. And if you don't, you're about to. But yeah, we're basically going to have a discussion because we grew up very close, but we are very different.
Yeah.
And I think this topic highlights one of those big differences, which is the decision to have or to not have children.
Yeah.
So it's going to be conversational. We're not doing icebreakers. We're going to get straight into it. And we're going to have a discussion about that decision, about that question that we get asked as young girls, as older girls, as girls in our 30s. We're going to get right in. So what's up? How are you feeling?
Feeling all right.
You feeling good?
I feel good.
I've dragged you out here on a Friday night.
Yeah, but I think this is my favorite topic. So I hope I just don't digress too much, but I think it's going to be fun.
She's a professional digresser, so we'll try to
keep it short, keep it on track.
Okay, well then let's get straight into it.
Okay.
Some of us are mid-30s, some of us are early 30s. I won't say who's who, but we're in our 30s. We're women, so it's a question that I think will come up. Does it come up a lot? People asking you, do you have kids or do you want kids? Is it even something that you get asked often?
I think, it's come up definitely. Like, I think family members have asked me about what my plan is.
Right, we should clarify. So you don't have kids, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I have three sons. So family members might ask what your plan is, you're saying.
Yeah, so, I've had that question asked of me before, and more so as I've gotten older to my age now. My age is getting big. It's getting it's getting serious. So I think I've been asked that more and more lately. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the answer? Do you want to have children?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that I had to think about this, Ange. I had to go back because
full disclosure, I don't know the full answers to this stuff. Even though we shared a room when we were little, we've been close, we live in the same cities. I don't know the full answers to this. So I'm learning it as we go. I just always knew that when you told me you don't want kids, you meant it. So I always tell people, like, don't be asking her because she ain't playing with you. But I've never really dug into it further. So go ahead and tell me a bit more about it.
I think I really had to think about it because it feels like it's something that I decided like a very long time ago, like when I was really young, like very, very young.
Yeah.
And I haven't even had to like revisit it.
Yeah. It was just like a full stop.
It was just something that I really decided at such a young age. And I feel lucky, especially now, like getting older, like I haven't had to really debate it even. So when we're talking about, should we do this podcast, come on here and talk about being an auntie, I had to really think, I knew you were going to ask me, like,
of course,
why did you make that conclusion? How did I get to that conclusion?
Yeah.
And I think the two reasons, I've got two reasons.
Okay, I'm here. I'm set.
Okay. I think you might challenge it. But I think the first reason that I can think of is that I think when I was so much younger, I had this impression looking out, like an outward view of like the people in our lives, family, mum, dad, it was busy. And I just had this impression that formed that mum.
Child.
Girl, you already know. But we had totally opposite responses to it. But I had this impression that mum had the most on her plate. Okay. All right. Yeah. I just remember thinking like she's got so much on her plate. She's carrying a lot.
Yeah.
And from the perspective of her being a mother, being my mum,
Five kids.
5 kids.
No other siblings, no parents, no nothing out here. Just, and also responsible for her mother-in-law who's elderly.
Yeah.
So family of 8. And she was the cook, the
wife,
clean, everything.
A full-time.
Working double
she's
jobs.
Working full-time.
Yeah.
Like, I just was like, oh, how? I was like, look, she got a lot on her plate. And I think that in combination with me just as an individual.
Yeah.
I think I was just very like introspective from a very young age. And
You're like, I don't want none of that.
I was like, that one, it's not going to be for me.
Yeah.
I could see like everyone's got a plate to hold and everyone's got responsibilities, but I just was like, I didn't want to pursue. That's not for me.
Yeah.
That's not going to be something that I wanted to pursue, to hold that kind of responsibility myself.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Totally fair.
You know what? I raised this with a friend because in preparing these valid reasons, because I was trying to think about it.
I feel like no is a valid reason.
No is
as in
a valid
like
reason?
Do you want kids? No. Like I don't think you need to justify it. I think personally, because I'm on the other end of it, and I feel like I know what it takes to have children, and it's literally the most life-changing thing that it can happen to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you don't want it, you don't want it. Like, yes, you can have reasons, but I honestly thought maybe you might not even have anything that deep or anything to say in terms of it being deep. I thought it was just more, I've never felt it. Similar to an example that's not that great, but I just never wanted to have a wedding, period. Like, no one can say at some point that I wanted to have a wedding. I always knew I either wanted to elope or I wanted to just, like, have the tiniest wedding of all weddings. Like full stop, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like this trauma-based thing. It's not like people think it's money. It's like I just don't want a wedding.
Yeah.
And that's that. But I think it's okay to have reasons, but you don't have it. It doesn't have to be meaningful. And do you know what I mean?
No, I had to dig deep.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm glad you dug.
find.
I'm glad you dug. But I was half expecting you to just be like, nah, I don't want no kids, and then that'll be it.
I just didn't. Yeah.
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 What was the second reason?
I think so. It was the combination of like seeing mum and thinking she's got a lot on her plate, and then just knowing myself, I was like, I know I'm gonna. It's not like not having children. I was like, I'm gonna escape responsibility.
Yeah.
I knew, but I was like,
Not that level.
that's just not the plate that I wanted, and I think this friend challenged it. Was like, oh, I think maybe it's like if your mum had aunties, it might have been easier, and then you might not have been discouraged.
I don't mean to speak for you, but I don't think
Girl,
so.
no.
I don't think so. I was there. I'm sorry. Like you said, we had the same mum, right? We grew up in the same room together, literally. My side of the room had an endless amount of dolls.
Yeah.
Your side of the room, you had CDs. You were doing your own thing. You had posters. You were just doing your own thing. And you were so confused. You'd look over me like, why are you stressed rocking these babies to sleep? Like,
Oh my gosh.
from the beginning, we were really young when I would literally, I never saw you once, no feeding, no doll, no changing, no nappy, no nothing.
No, Ange.
So I don't think it's like, maybe some of those things are in there, but I just think it's just not something you've ever felt pulled to.
No, 100%.
From my experience.
We had the same. We grew up in the same house.
Yes.
Same.
And I was
mum
desperate to
dad,
be a
same
mom
parents.
from a little girl.
You were raising children in our
Girl,
closet.
I was a single
and
mom
you were
as a
tending
5-year-old.
to them kids.
It
and
was
I used to be
crazy.
like, I don't know.
You're like, let some of these kids go. Your hands are full.
You had your hands full from
Yeah.
a really young age.
I was
and
preparing.
I was uninterested. Yeah,
Yeah. So has it ever, okay, so I feel like I've witnessed it from a young age. And then I do remember a conversation we had in the car where I really understood you mean for good. Because before I thought you meant I just don't want kids now or something. And then there was a time when you told me, and from that moment, I never was like, you should have some, come on, you'd be a good mom. I never was like trying to convince you because you told me point blank it's not something you want. Was there ever a time that maybe for a moment you're like, maybe you want to be a mom? Or has it never wavered, like my wedding thing?
Yeah, honestly, Ange, I can say, I feel really lucky. Like, I can honestly say I've not spent any time going, should I not have kids? I've not debated it. It's not something that's like, that I've been like, I feel really lucky.
Yeah.
Because
it's not like something you're in turmoil over.
No.
Or like that you have grief about or something where you're like, oh, I don't know.
No, and it's a big decision.
Of course.
It's a huge decision, and I've seen people struggle with it, and I've seen people like, should I or should I not? And it's so heavy, and so I feel really lucky that I haven't had to debate that for myself. I've not gone back and forth. I've had other
I can be a
things.
witness to this. She did not go back and forth about it. It was always a full stop. I think I've witnessed people I love dearly, like my husband, who genuinely at the beginning, the first few years, I'd be like, no, Pam doesn't want kids. And he'd be like, oh, it's just because, that man be on people's case about having kids. And it was like, oh, it's just because she hasn't found someone. I'm like, even when she finds someone, she will make sure that person is aware she doesn't want kids. Like, I had to tell. And even, but we've had people come and pray and be like, I'm prophesying this baby. It's like, don't you dare prophesy a baby on someone who doesn't want a baby. How are you prophesying? I'm telling you, I don't want a baby, and you're praying for me to have one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that would actually annoy me. I feel like you would take it well, but I'd literally be like, she said she don't want no kids, damn it.
No, it was frustrating because it feels like people are invalidating who you are. Like, I'm not enough because I'm not having kids, or I'm doing something wrong because I'm not pursuing this.
Or you haven't thought about it enough.
Yeah.
You're young.
And I'm not clocked onto this thing yet. And I'm just like, it's not. And it's very frustrating because it's dismissive of who I am as a person, the life I'm living.
To me, I never saw you being frustrated. I think you were very calm, because I'd be like snapping at them. I'd be like, what are you doing praying over a womb that wants to be empty? And you're praying for life in this womb. Like, are you good?
Yeah.
I guess you just be like calm. Like, you're not.
There's times I've been really annoyed by it. Okay, for good. Sure.
Because people, I think it's your right to make that decision. Because we know some people be forced into that, or have children when they don't want to, or fall under the pressure, or do it to appease people.
Yeah.
And then can be miserable, like a little Facebook group that you showed me a long time ago. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's called I Regret Having Kids.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. Sometimes I'll look at it and then I'm like, oh, I don't want the algorithm to think that, that's how I feel, but I find it interesting to read different perspectives. I don't know if you do remember the page?
Yeah, I do remember the page. Okay, right. I don't know how I even came about.
You just told me one day, you're like, oh my God, look at this page about people that mention that they regret having their children. And boy, because it's anonymous, it's very honest. And it's like a great form of birth control for people too, to understand like, this isn't a joke. That's not a decision you make for others, in my opinion. I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but if you don't want to, I respect it.
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think would be worse? Having kids that you didn't want to have, or not having kids that you did want to have?
Having kids that I
So right now, you having some children that you didn't want to have, or someone who did want to have kids and they don't have it, like to the regret of like.
I think the first one, for me.
I agree.
Is like, that just is a commitment that you can never
undo. There's no undo button on that.
Yeah, there's like, you're just, that to me feels like a really impossible, difficult situation to be in. Yeah. And like, I'm not like anti-motherhood or people having kids or anything. No. I'm not even at all trying to be like promoting like, childfree being an auntie is like an easy way out. Yeah, honey, your plate is gonna be full no matter what you do.
That auntie plate
is gonna be full.
Yeah,
you're gonna have whatever weight is on your plate. Is just choosing the right plate. So I feel like what I am trying to promote is just people having the choice, having the option, and that it's a valid choice, correct, to choose not to have kids and not having to explain it, but not that one is better than the other. It's just about people just being able and having access to make the right choice for themselves. That's all. I
totally agree, and that's why I think it's important to talk about it, because it's just about, there's no right or wrong. You sitting here in your 30s, no kids, me and my with kids in my 30s. I don't know why I keep mentioning our age. I'm still adjusting to the 30s. But, either way, there's no right or wrong here. Is there anything that scares you about not having kids, in the sense of like, I was thinking when we went to the reunion and I'm like, look at, our family's there. You've got all this family at the reunion. And I'm like, technically this all came from a couple that decided to have children, right? Like grandma, grandpa had a kid, who had kids, who had kids, who had kids. Does any of that kind of ever come to your mind in the sense?
I mean, if you're saying it like, this couple had kids and they created like this legacy and built this family.
Like, how the whole thing is like, like, take it out. The whole thing's about granddad, and like we refer back to them. So it'll be like, we refer back to them a lot in the reunions as would it be matriarch? Like the head of the house. Yeah. In that their love has spread into this tree. Does that ever bother you, that your tree ending here, you cutting the roots? You chopping that off?
No, I think I have so much love, and I think I'm a person who's I'm full of love, and I want to love people, love my family while I'm here, and they'll either remember me or they won't remember me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna love them when I'm here while I can, as best I can.
Yeah.
But I'm not really like, am I afraid that I won't leave like a legacy and like people talking about me when I'm gone? No.
It's not a bother, because I think some people will do it. I think there's certain reasons people will have kids, and legacy is one of them, to be like, I want to be remembered for this and that. And, so to you, you're like, it's not something. Plus, in my head, you will be remembered. Even it's not about just being that, right? Like as an aunt, it's not like we're cutting you off as like, you ain't got no kids, you ain't coming to no reunion. You ain't coming to no reunion. So I think regardless, you've got Hezekiah, you've got all your nephews that would, of course, be like, auntie this and auntie that, etc. It's not. So I think legacy doesn't just happen by children only.
No. Yeah. I think it's whatever impact. Hopefully, I'm going to be a good auntie, a good sister, a good just person that people. I don't think about legacy a lot, to be honest. It's
that's
not
fair.
Something.
I only thought about it when I was looking into this, and I'm
like,
I have thought, not so much the word legacy in itself, but I definitely have thought of like, I think it's cool that I will be a grandparent with Brooklyn one day. Okay, wait, I'll start that one again. Okay. I didn't realize it had gone all the way down to your stomach.
Yeah, and it's actually catching the.
What about she actually does hold it up? Is that uncomfortable?
I can hold it up.
Yeah.
But also, it looks awkward.
Yeah. Because some people hold it with that wanting to, but it has to just be like a flow.
Yeah.
Like if it's held in a very natural way. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let me try to find a way to hold it naturally.
I feel like it's.
Yeah, like that. I think that can work.
Yep. She's heavy.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm wondering. Oh, those are the only mic stands.
And I wore these loud ass pants.
No, you're good. Let me check the
I can hear the
questions I have done. Yeah, I thought so because it was touching the jacket. I'm like, I can see it.
It's all right.
Let's see how it goes for the next few minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then in the meantime, I'll go downstairs and look for another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one of these, you think?
Yeah.
I don't think there's nowhere. Wouldn't we have used? Oh, because there's always. Yeah, have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
No worries.
Good.
Okay. We're continuing?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I have thought about it, not so much the word legacy itself, but I did think about the fact that one day Brooklyn and I will be grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah. Like sometimes it comes to my mind where I'm like, one day we're going to have grandchildren.
Wow.
That's sweet,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
So I did think that. I'm like, because people often say grandchildren's love, you can't compare it, not even to your own child. It's like because you don't have to 100% be there. You kind of just get to enjoy it. So I'm like, okay, we're in the trenches with this parenting thing, but one day we will be grandparents.
Wow.
Which I do like. So to me, it's not so much legacy, but there is that sort of like being somebody's grandma and just spoiling them, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Right.
I love that.
So that'll be nice. You don't get to be a grandma.
No, but I'm an auntie. And
You get to be a great
I'm a
auntie.
godmother.
Facts.
Okay. So look, I feel like
You're blessed.
I'm blessed.
Okay, so speaking of being an auntie, I think how's that? How's your auntie role? What has that done for you? How has it changed your life if it has?
It's been amazing. It's like I really feel like it's one of those things that are very defining for me.
Yeah.
That just because I knew that I didn't want to become a parent myself and chase motherhood. I actually didn't know that being an auntie, it's not like it automatically defaults to like, oh, that means that I didn't know how I was going to be as an auntie.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I'd respond, how I'd feel.
Yeah.
So it was actually only once
It happened.
Hezekiah was born,
Yeah.
the first nephew, that I was like, oh my God, guys, I'm an auntie.
Yeah.
Like,
You're the proudest auntie I've ever met in my life.
No, it was huge.
To the point even I feel like you're wearing a top saying I'm Hezekiah's auntie.
I do. I have
Literally.
the hoodie, and it was great because it's one of those moments that I think we all look for that just is like, it feels like, oh, okay, this validates. it was defining for me, and it really was like, oh my goodness, I'm an auntie. Like, I'm really an auntie.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just like
not just the African auntie because we're old, you get to an age. It's like, no, like I actually have this, my sister's babies. Like, this is real.
Yeah, it felt like a role that I was just really ready for, and a responsibility that I really wanted, and I was really excited about it, and it just felt right. It just
we really didn't know what to expect until we got here.
I did not know.
We didn't know. It was better than we thought. It was better than we thought. Like, I always wanted to be a mom, but like in terms of motherhood, ghetto, the kid Hezekiah himself, or just the children I have and our nephews, I feel like the love, what they bring to us, is more than I could have ever imagined. It's more. And I get why people would now return and go back and, pregnancy and all the rest of it, because you're like, okay, the end result is worth it. It's worthwhile.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really exciting, and I was really happy about it. And now I tell everybody I'm an auntie. Like, it's a very big defining part of
it's a big part of your identity.
My identity now is being an auntie. I'll tell everyone. I tell my employers.
I remember at some point I seen your work group chat and the kids are in there. I'm like, she's taking care of for these kids. She's got nephews.
It really has been good so that they can understand now when it's like, oh, it's Hezekiah's last day at daycare, so obviously I'm going to take the day off or whatever. Yeah. So they can understand that. I want to put it on my CV, on my resume.
You're like auntie of XYZ.
Till current.
That's why, I don't know if you remember, I did a little happy aunties day for you and Martine before we left. Because I'm actually like, yo, this is, of course, Happy Mother's Day and, Father's Day, etc. are important, but there is something about the village. Like, there should be a day to recognize the other people who play a big role in children's lives. As you know, Noah for a long time was even calling you mom. Kaya's called you mom, but Noah really was, I don't know if you know,
No, Noah recently was like, you're not my mom.
Oh yeah, no, that's his new, that's why I'm like, that's his new phase. Now he's like, you ain't my mama.
Yeah.
But before he would literally, I'd be trying to console him and he'd be like, I want my mom. I'm like, damn, this auntie thing is serious.
Yeah, I remember you doing that and it was really lovely. It's nice. It's a beautiful bonus, but it's great for me as well. It gives me purpose. It grounds me. It's great.
It's been nice to see you in your auntie era as well. Thanks. You definitely, I feel like it brings like the childhood out of us as well. You know what I mean? Like, we'll be buying them the cars and taking them to stuff, but low key, some of it's for us too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, before it'd be like, okay, this is kind of weird, 2 grown women at this ninja park thing, but now it's like it makes you feel young as well in many ways, right?
Yeah, it helps you to connect with the inner child, which I think for me, I've always been
good
at connecting
close to
with
your inner child. Yeah,
that came as an auntie. There's lots of different kind of aunties you're going to be, but I knew that I was like, I want to go and to the bounce place or the park or whatever.
Play the games,
do
the make believe stuff, and just go into their world.
Yeah,
because I think sometimes there's like a misconception that if you don't want to have kids, you don't like kids. Or that you're the kind of person kids don't like you don't mess with them, or you're one of those people who are like, oh, kids are an inconvenience and don't bring a kid on a plane. It's like, no, you can not want kids and absolutely adore them. They adore you. You're a kid person. You just don't want to take them home afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's so true because it feels like sometimes the idea is like either you're making this decision, like either I'm going to have kids and kids will be a part of my life as a parent, or else if you don't do that, it's like you're almost like anti-kids.
No kids in my life.
Yeah, like no kids.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's how
anything works, really.
No, I think there's a real big opportunity that people don't value enough. It's not promoted enough about the opportunity to be like a role model or just like an
adult figure, someone. Child, we need that. I'll tell you, every single mom watching this will confirm that we need the adults to come in to be the different things. Like someone's into the soccer that they're doing and another one's playing piano and another one's doing this. We can't be all of it for the children. So I think those roles are very important. And low-key, if you had all these kids, who's helping me with mine?
Exactly.
You're doing God's work.
I think there's a big difference between an auntie with their own kids and an auntie, a childless auntie. I think we offer just a different thing.
Yeah.
A different
I think there's pros and cons
There's
for
pros
each,
and cons
right?
for each.
Because if you had kids, obviously they would kick it, they would grow together and stuff. But at the same time, your hands being free is helpful too. So
yeah,
both, either way, an auntie is here to help by the
there's
looks
a
of
value
things.
to both.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, you know, you're saying it from the perspective of like those people help you as parents to free you up a little bit. But I think there's such a big value that people who don't have kids don't recognize. Like there's such a big return on it for yourself.
Yeah, of course.
That is not promoted enough. Like I would love if it was understood where it's like people have goals like, oh, I really want to get this big job.
Yeah.
I really want to get this car. I really want to pursue a relationship. I really want to be a good auntie or a good uncle or a good, as like one of those goals that people actually consider as like really valuable.
Yeah.
Because there's a big return that I think people just don't recognize is there. It's really rewarding.
I can tell.
It's
Hence, I'm always just like, I wish I had a closer relationship with our nephews, but it's just the distance. And every time I see them, we're at an event. But I'm always like, chill, don't be too crazy. Don't be too like desperate for it. But I'll just be like, do you love me? I love you so much. I love you so much. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But So sometimes I'm like a little jealous. Like I want to have my auntie moments too. And I can see that it's like similar to the whole grandparent love. There's like this thing of like, I love you nearly like a parent, but in this very special way that is like, I would literally do anything for you, but I also will give you back to your parents at the end of the day, which I'm like, what am I to enjoy that beautiful thing?
It's really nice.
Yeah. Speaking of parents, I feel like between all of us, you already know you're the favorite for the mom and dad, whether it's, child, why are you acting surprised? For who? Who are you acting surprised for? You're the password for everything. They call you in our language, Akana Yezu, baby Jesus. So no one's surprised here, but it's fine. What I was getting to is I feel like, would you, because some African parents, you're lucky, ours are chill. Some African parents, they're not playing. They're actually going to be like, you need to produce grandchildren. You need to give us children. There is no, oh, I just never felt like it, you know. So what, do you think it's something you could do if mom and dad, or what are your thoughts on that in the sense that mom and dad haven't been on you, but some people are genuinely facing like, there is no option about having no kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like right now, as I'm thinking about it, I think that definitely played a part in my confidence in being able to make that decision, because our parents were very...
They're nearly too chill. Like,
they're super chill.
You can tell them anything. But mind you...
But supportive, but they also are like, these are the values that we want you to live by,
but it's your life.
But but not in like a discarding way where it's like they don't care. But like I'm thinking of Dad.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It's like I think Dad recently, like in the last week, sent me a message that was about. He was like, people are different, and it's okay that people are different. It's okay, and it's like the goal is not to be the same. Yeah, which is I'm literally just thinking about that in a moment, and it's like that really echoes throughout our whole life, where it's about
difference. Me and you couldn't be more different, but we respect that. I'm not trying to make you. I'm not trying to bring you here to be like, girl, you need to have some kids. What you doing? And why aren't you married? And you're not trying to do the other thing. It's kind of like, oh, that's what you're about. Cool. This is what I'm about. Cool. Difference is a good thing. Yeah. And I think that's right. The whole thing.
We're so lucky in that. Yeah.
So, but that's my point. You're lucky. So then I say, switch it up. Different universe. Your African parents are real African parents. And they're saying, where are my grandchildren? You're mid-30s. Have you no shame? So what's happening now?
Run away. What are you talking about? I would run away.
But you know, like our peers are facing that, right? In the sense of, what's happening? Are you gay?
Maybe. Could be.
So would you ever, because I have witnessed sometimes where you'll do something you don't want to do, but you'll do it to please mom and dad. Agreed?
Of course. Yeah.
Could this be one of those things, should they one day be like, okay, Pam, we've been patient enough. Go ahead and have them kids. No,
I think there's a limit to all things. And I think mom still sometimes makes jokes.
She does.
About that.
But she knows, but I think she still jokes.
She still jokes, and I think part of her has still naturally
Wants
she's
more
got
grandchildren
wants
too.
more grandchildren and would love to see grandchildren from all of her kids. And
She had a vision for for you guys as well, for us all. Yeah.
but actually, it's like the vision is not what the reality would be.
Yeah.
I actually would really struggle with that.
Yeah.
And in the end, Mum would never want to see me struggle.
Correct.
And so in the end, it's like,
Correct.
yeah,
Have you seen the video of the mums where I think they're Indian and there's a daughter and she's got maybe her mum and grandma. Her mum's definitely there, and she's just like, "What was your favorite thing about raising us?"
Oh my God,
And
I've
dead
seen
ass,
that.
them ladies are like, "I didn't want to have no kids.
Disaster.
Had it been up to me, it would have never happened. It was the
Yeah.
worst time in my life and the worst thing that ever happened to me." But you can see like they love each other and they love her, but they're just being honest. And I think that is the result of what I'm speaking about, which is like, okay, I'll do it. I'll have the kids you told me to have.
Yeah.
But then it's like, this is life changing.
Yeah.
Who gonna be like, I'm the one that will be up with them children and I'm the one responsible for them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Just to say like, I did this for you is crazy.
Yeah.
Mind you, there's also, I guess, with the whole child-free thing, you're child-free. In my opinion, there's two types of people who don't have kids at where we are at, right? It's I don't have kids because the situation hasn't come that I'd be willing to have a child. So we're child-free and I don't want kids. So people say I don't want kids, but it's actually I don't want kids until X, Y, and Z happens. And then there's you who I don't want to have kids full stop. It doesn't matter who comes into my life. It don't matter. Because someone, when I said I was going to have this discussion, they're like, "Oh, I'm sure if she had all the money in the world and this. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, listen up. Buckle
I
up.
know who said that to you as well.
We love you. But she was saying like, if she had all the money in the world, she'd have kids. And I'm telling you, she'd use all that money to travel child free. She didn't have no kids.
She challenged me on that, Ange, because I ran it by her and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet with Ange for the podcast."
Yeah.
And I've been trying to think about the reasons. I gave her the reasons I've given you.
They
and
weren't good enough.
She was like, she called bullshit. She was like, "No, if you had money and if you'd seen people, examples of people with lots of support, you'd have made a different decision."
Yeah.
And honestly,
Rocked
for a
you?
moment, I was like, "Oh my God, have
Which
I
is
made
good.
like
I'm glad she did rock you a little to think deeper.
It's good. It's good to
Yeah,
have
because
people.
then you were more confident in your answer as well.
Yeah, and it's nice that people are, if you've got people in your life who, especially with decisions like this that are really like life defining,
Yeah.
are going to test you a little bit so that to help you to make the right decision and you don't make the wrong, have children or not have children either
Correct.
way.
Yeah.
But in the end, we worked through it and I was like, "No, girl, I made the right decision."
Yeah.
for
Because
myself.
it's like, so you've seen me become a mom, obviously. So you've seen firsthand, would that be firsthand? Yeah. Like the change it makes, how life-changing it is to become a parent. What has that been like for you to see me as a parent?
Honestly, Angie, I knew you were going to be a parent. Like, I'm going
No, not that it's a surprise, but I'm saying like, do you look at my life and be like, 3 kids, obviously you're...
No, I'm stunned.
Oh.
I'm stunned in the sense that, like, I think you're the kind of person who has demonstrated you also, like me, make decisions and you're quite, once we make decisions, we're clear on it and we just commit to that.
Yeah.
In the same way that I made a decision early, you clearly made a decision.
Yeah.
You were going to have children. It was set. It was clear. So you becoming a mother was a very natural progression.
Yeah.
I've been amazed though that how it's stunning. Honestly, I don't know how you do it. It's like a streak.
I didn't think stunning. I'm looking at you like I didn't think those would be the words that would be the description of stunning. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know from your perspective. If I'd watched you become a parent, I don't know if it was like if it traumatized you a bit to be like, God, she's going through it, or if it's been beautiful, or if it's been like wow, or all of the things perhaps. As your little sister seeing me become a mom.
It's been. So there was the expectation,
Yeah.
and then you smashed that expectation. And honestly, it's the kids that you produced. Far out, like, I mean,
One thing I'm gonna do is pass the
kids that
test.
you passed the test,
Hi.
girl. You passed the test, and I thought you would struggle. I don't know.
No,
maybe
tell
I'm
the
biased.
truth, please. No, like I genuinely am interested. Did you think I'd struggle more?
I think maybe you might be hiding your struggle because I don't
You
see it
lived
enough.
with me. You know the worse things get, the calmer I am.
That's the thing, is that when you do struggle, actually, you're not this kind of person who is like a visibly struggling person.
No, there won't
You're
be
more
turmoil.
like,
There won't be chaos. The quieter I am, be afraid.
Yeah.
Once I've gone inside,
yeah.
once I'm sitting with God, hey,
Lord. once it's, do you turn on Grey's Anatomy?
once Twilight is playing,
Twilight is on, I know you going through it.
if I'm watching the whole of Twilight or the series,
yes.
that's me. That's me in therapy right there.
No, we gonna give you time.
Okay, so you thought maybe, because I feel like we didn't really know what motherhood would be like proper in our day and age. We saw mum, but like, I guess, yeah, you witnessed it from a different angle, but I'm glad you think I smashed it out the park. Thank you. I'm trying.
I think honestly, I don't know how else I can really express it. I just think
Did it
you've
not?
done
I
amazing.
expected maybe you'd be like, it confirmed what I know, which is that I sure as hell can't do this. It's very difficult.
I could never do it. There's
No,
no
so
way.
confirmed, yes, but nearly like, you know when you know something and then someone does something and you're like, oh, I know for sure.
How can I explain to you? Like, I have babysat your kids.
Yeah.
I've had, obviously, I'm an auntie,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes, let's say I've had Kaya and Noah for 24, maybe 48 hours.
Yeah.
The exhaustion, I love it. I'm an auntie, but I don't know how you do it. We are two different, very, very different people.
Sometimes I'll
amazed.
send you a video of all three of them and I'm singing with them and you're like, even Levi's engaged. What's going on? You're like, how are they all, how are you doing this?
I guess that exactly speaks to how people are different.
Yeah.
Is that you have something within you. I think I've got maternal instincts, but it's more than maternal instincts. You have the desire, you have the commitment, you have all of these things that I think.
The desire is actually the most important part. Because I think when you're going through it, when they're waking you every day, when you're just like, this is honestly sometimes hell on earth in some ways. But then I'm like, I actually want these kids so bad. I would choose it again and again and again. It's never been so bad that I go, I'm on their Facebook page on some, I regret my kids, like, to be honest. And I totally understand some people would be for different reasons, but I think that's what keeps the calm. That's what makes me be like, I'm gonna smile through it. I'm gonna find the funny. I'm gonna go through it and still be like, I want this. I actually prayed for this and I've wanted it my whole life. Yeah. Hence why it would be catastrophic to go into that situation, having not wanted to do it. Hence why I always support your decision to follow through on that and never waver. Yeah. Because it ain't no joke.
It is not a joke. You do it really well. I'm so proud.
Okay. So did you have any questions for me, perhaps?
Yeah, sure. I suppose just trying to turn the questions that I get about not having children back on.
Okay.
Did you debate about having children or not having children? Or how certain were you in your decision? Yeah.
That's a good question. One of the things I'd written down was that it's funny how people will be asked like, oh, why don't you want to have kids? But when no one will ask a mum like, so why did you have these kids? So I think that's a good question. Debate, if I want to be a mum, always wanted to be a mum since I was little. When I was like early 20s, I started understanding really, not even what it takes to be a mum, but just the whole like pregnancy and labor side of stuff. And I'd written it down. There's a phobia. I don't think it got to a point where I had a phobia, but
wow.
I definitely would constantly just mention like, yo, like to my boyfriend, the husband later on, that like, yo, like labor's life or death. Like this is actually really serious. I think when we're little, we're just like, I want to have babies, but you don't get the part when the baby comes out, whether it's a C-section, whatever happens, it's a life-threatening thing to happen. So I feel like for a year or two, I was very much just like in the depth of watching these videos and I'd be like, no, I can't do that. That's petrifying.
Okay.
So that's maybe the one time where I was like, I want these babies, but do I want to go through what that lady just went through?
Can I do it? Yeah.
Legitimately, I was questioning getting them there, but not wanting them. Yes, never wavered. Getting them here, and to this day, like that shit, it's not a joke. It's really genuinely like you're putting your life on the line. And I know so many mums. I've been lucky to have smooth pregnancies and smooth deliveries, despite them still being crazy as shit. I know mums who've like been, mum nearly died having you. What are we even talking about? She quite literally nearly saw and met her maker giving birth to you and still had me after and has the craziest scar ever to show for that. So I feel like, yeah, that's probably the one thing. But having kids, no, that's never changed.
So there was never even a moment when you were young where you were like, you were from birth, you were like, I'm born to have children, or were you like,
yeah.
Do you remember that perspective, that perception that I'm talking about, where like mum had so much on her plate? And
I wanted to be her. I literally would have my little desk and I'd have these jobs and I'd go to the car and pretend I'm driving my car and I'll take my babies with me. I was just like very much wanting to just be like this busy mom with a busy life, working and have these babies like from such a young age. And I remember when they bought me a newborn baby you could feed and it would like actually need a diaper, and I fainted because I was so excited. I literally came to and I'm like, is it real? Like, yeah, no, I wanted to have a baby so bad. Mind you, one thing I've learned, having a baby and motherhood are two very different things. Like having a baby, they're infants for 6 weeks and they're technically a baby for 1 year. That's a very short time. So I feel like wanting to be a mom because you love babies is a very bad reason to be a mom, because it's temporary.
Right, okay.
So like if you only want to be a mom because you love babies and cute things, that shit is over in a blink.
Yeah.
Infancy is 6 weeks. Then it moves on, and then they become toddlers, and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so technically, you're not having a baby, you're having an adult, because for the majority of their life, they're adults.
Right.
So you're teaching someone to become an adult, and then hoping to God they can survive out there as their own as an adult, and that they do okay, don't need you too much. But the baby thing is so temporary, so it's not a good reason. The reason I had wasn't the best reason to just want a baby.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more like a very like
I want to have someone, that's my person, not my baby. Babies are temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly the difference. Is like we had the same experience and had completely different responses to, like, I really want to take on that thing. And I'm like, oh,
you couldn't get away from it further.
I think my response was not just that I was like, I don't want that, but actually I recognized that I am not anti-motherhood. If anything, I'm like absolutely in awe. I admire mums, parents, and everything
it's a
that they've got.
Superpower.
It is. It makes me it's actually really kind of shaped my relationship with mum as well. Yeah. Where I've become like really protective over mum.
Yeah.
I think you'll know that.
Yeah.
And so it really set in place this thing where I was like, I don't care what's going on, what complaints you've got, what grievances. You will not shake my mum's balance. Like, I will protect her. I'll defend her at all costs.
Because you know the sacrifice.
I didn't know it very I could just see. Yeah. Like I was just like, oh no, I really need to defend mum. That realization was very true. And so then I've got lots of like mum friends now. And so I am very not like anti-motherhood, anti-children or anything like that.
Some people be anti though, because I think
some people be
there's boxes like one thing I can't stand are people who will be like, we need to have planes that have planes for kids and planes without. It's like, child, you were a kid. You used to have tantrums. You cried. Like, don't be so self-righteous. As long as, I'm all for parents. If you're in public with a child, make sure that you are handling your kid. They should not be in somebody else's space, and they should not be doing anything crazy and actually being overly naughty. I'm not for that. But if you're just a child on a plane and you're crying because your ears have popped or
because you're
it's
a
bedtime,
child.
anyone that complains about that,
weird.
You're strange because you were a kid too. Don't act like you were in some diapers at some point. That's weird.
Absolutely. Or that you don't know somebody who has kids.
Correct.
I think that people that will make complaints about that really they've got no relationship with kids.
Correct.
And actually that's now become something that I would call like a bit of a red flag for me. Somebody who, and it doesn't actually have to be that you've got these inbuilt nephews and nieces. You can actually find other ways and opportunities. If you're a person who's just trying to be a good person, to be like a good role model in young kids' lives, you can start a sport and just There's be like a coach.
Things.
There's different ways that you can like do that. And every adult, I feel like, has something to offer. And it's so it's like, for me, I now consider myself like a community auntie.
Yeah, that's nice.
I really
You
do.
really are. I always think of that time we were in Thailand or somewhere, and there's this little girl on the boat. And the way, even me as a mom, I got tired of entertaining her on the boat. You played that game with that little girl all the way till once we get to the island. We're eating with them and everything, and she's doing all the magic tricks, and you're, what? And I'm like, man, you got time for these kids for real.
I think it's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
I really notice it now. I like the other day I saw these young kids walking. They must have been like Kaya's age by themselves. And I just feel like if people were more motivated to kind of take on that role in society of like, I'm an uncle and I'm proud about that. I'm an auntie and I'm proud about that. I think it's the flow-on effect is fantastic because being an auntie, it's not defined just to my own nephews at all. Like I really now I'm like when I'm on a train,
you're in your auntie era.
I'm just walking down the road.
Yeah.
If I see kids, I am instantly like I'm in tune with those kids, and I feel proud about the fact that they don't know that I am there. But should they need support, something happen, I'm so happy and so ready to like fill that role. And like, you're not going to mess with any kids. Not on my watch. And I just feel like there should be more people like that around. And I think if people, if there was more of like visibility around that.
That's why I was like, we need to have a national auntie day or like a national, like, I don't know what the word would be because I wanted to capture like auntie, uncle, anyone, village day, national village day, for example, to recognize that, especially people who value it. What you're speaking about reminds me, the last time I took a flight, I was on my own with the kids, and already that's scary at times because people are anti-kids. Like not wanting kids and being child-free is not anti-kids, like we're saying, right? But there are people who are anti-kids who will give you the look like, oh, here she comes, all them kids, and they've told me before, like if they've point blank told me like, oh, you know, I'd rather not be on a flight with children, etc. Like tough shit. That's life. You're in a world with children. So anyway, I'm on the flight. I'm already like, oh my God, please go right. Please go right. Like, you know, freaking out. I sit down as I'm adjusting, you know, one kid on the other side of the aisle. I go to adjust Noah, and the lady had already buckled him, given him a blanket, and put his headphones on.
Amazing.
And I just looked at her and I'm like, I just hope she could see in my eyes. I'm like, you don't know what that means to me.
I think that's beautiful. I think it's great.
I think, yeah, it's important. It makes me emotional.
Yeah, of course, it does.
Because you're like, oh my God, these people are probably just like, oh great, I've got a kid next to me. But she's like, she didn't ask anything. She kept her headphones in, so we didn't even have an interaction. So all I could do was tell her with my eyes. But I was just like, that means so much. You're telling me that you understand there's a child here. You have just told me like, it's okay. Whatever happens right now, it's okay. If this little boy ends up sleeping on you for a second, I take a while to bring him off. If he kicks you in, like, it's okay. Whereas some people will openly be like, it's not.
It's super weird.
Girl, it's so weird. I can't stand those people.
It just gives me the okay.
I can't stand really those
strange.
people. But yeah, so to answer in a very roundabout way, I've always wanted to have kids, and it's never really wavered. What about pregnancy? Does that scare you? Could you do it? Obviously, you don't want to have kids, but surrogacy, what if you had a baby for somebody?
No, I don't want to do it. But I wish, I'm digressing here. If there was an easy way for me to, you know, like the sperm donors.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's fantastic if you're a person who's like, oh, I can help this family have children. If they, for example, have like fertility issues.
Sperm donors is pretty straightforward, yeah.
Yeah. As a woman, I wish that there was an easier way for me to be like, maybe I've got these eggs that are just sitting here and I don't have a use for them. Then that would be a fantastic thing. But that would be as far as I don't really want to go through pregnancy myself.
Child, not many people do. It's like we said, life or death. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would really, really struggle with pregnancy.
Have you watched birthing videos and stuff?
Yeah, girl, didn't we watch it together? And
I think we did. I think sometimes people go into the rabbit hole there because first you're like, what? And then you're like, wow. And then when it's time for you to do it, it's like, holy, I can't believe I did it.
I remember your ankles, Ange.
Oh!
I think that's the thing I remember the most from your pregnancies.
You sure you don't remember my walk?
I remember your walk.
Girl, that walk got crazy.
That walk was...
Did I change much more than like you ever mentioned, like in terms of my like face and stuff? Because when I look back, I'm like, girl, my face changed.
I didn't really see it in your face. I saw it in your walk changed, and I could not believe that motion is something that is unique to pregnancy.
That's called a 4.5 kg baby in your stomach, hon. Like, that's not a joke.
You can't walk straight. You're walking on an absolute seesaw. Like, that was crazy. Yeah, that was something to see. And your ankles looked really painful.
Girl, you used to always be like, does that hurt? And I'm like, yeah, girl.
Sit down. It looks really uncomfortable, amazing, but I think
You're
I
like, could
really
never be
struggle
me. Fair.
with it. I think,
Fair.
yeah.
Is there anything from my parenting style or like, yeah, as a mom that you, any part of my parenting that you feel like, I don't know if it's so much you don't agree with or that you're like,
I think because we're different people,
Yeah.
and also like I've had to learn to understand that part of being an auntie
yeah,
is understanding.
is knowing your place.
Is knowing my fucking place, yes. And that was hard, honestly, because I feel like how I care about these kids is so sincere, and I just feel like what I feel is really true. And
Yeah.
when it clashed with what you wanted,
Yeah.
that was difficult. That was really challenging. I think we've had definitely moments where I've stepped out of line or something.
But I think we like resolve stuff. Like despite having those, we'll be like, okay, yeah, that's not all right, and then we'll make it work.
Yeah, I think we've tried to.
And by make it
figure
work,
out.
I'm saying we'll do what I'm saying as the parent.
At the end of the day, I think that is something that I had to learn and really try to work at. Going at the end of the day, I'm not the parent,
Yeah.
and
Obviously, as the parent, like I still want to have, your input or for you to be like, okay, no, see it from this way, or this is why that happened, etc. But, you only want, you can only have one person driving a car. Like at the end of the day, someone has to make a decision.
yeah,
And then they might know a bigger picture or understand the entirety of it as well from a being with them 24/7 perspective.
yeah,
Or having to be there for the repercussion of trying it a different way as well.
yeah. I think I've definitely made mistakes as an auntie.
I've made mistakes as a mom.
So it's my first go
Yeah.
at it, and you're trying to learn from it, and not all of it is easy. And yeah, that was a hard part of it.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm more accepting of the fact that even if I have a different point of view, at the end of the day, I am auntie, you are mum.
And I also think it's also like at the end of the day, they'll be good. Like even if I'm saying like, nope, I'm going to be strict about X, Y, and Z, and you're like, no, let's do it this way. It's like they're going to be fine either way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, yeah, okay, I'm not giving them this or that or letting this happen, and I'm being strict about X, Y, and Z. But you're like, in my head, that's how I'd see it. If I was in your shoes, I'd be like, would I want it to be this way? Yes, but they're going to be good either way.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you think I have too many kids?
No, not at all.
I think it's crazy people will say that to me.
Yeah, I think people say it to me as well. Like, I can't believe Andrew's had 3 kids.
No, I can't believe I just have 3 because it's different to them actually saying you have too many.
Oh.
You get me? I don't like that one where it's like, oh, now you're procreating too much. Now you're not procreating enough, but I'm procreating too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like people have an opinion that like you would get criticized for not having enough children, and then I'm getting criticized for having too many. And it's like, stay out of people's wombs.
On what basis?
Have I ever come to you to
Too
help
many
me with my
children
children?
for who? Yeah.
Child, it'll be
That's weird.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll be like, oh yeah, no, that's too many. Like, are you good?
For them? Or
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
for
are
who?
you looking after them? Why would you have that opinion? But there could be a thing as too many, but we won't get into it because that's each person's. It's their business.
That's their business.
That's their business.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that wasn't even the question I was meant to ask, but it's in here somewhere. Okay, I remember. What part do you think I've struggled with most in motherhood?
What part have you struggled with the most?
Since you've seen me becoming a mom as your little sister, and we lived together as I was a mom as well, what part do you think was like, she gone, we better lose her? This is the end of Ange.
I think you've struggled with not getting enough sleep.
Is that just, are you saying it because it's the typical answer?
No, I've seen when you've struggled. I guess I don't want to answer this question.
No, you have to. You have to. Why? Is this something bad? You can
No,
say it.
no. You're asking me on the spot, and I'm just
That's
trying to
okay.
think
All
it
of this
through.
stuff. I think to me, it's always been. I always tell people sleep deprivation, but I think that's such a
Oh, okay, so I'm right.
I think you're right, but like that's a very like even before I had kids, that's the whole sleep thing, right? Like, but
Oh no, I'm not saying it because I read it somewhere. I saw it. I saw it, and that I think was the times when I was most like so like, oh shit, she needs support. She's struggling. This looks really freaking
she needs
hard.
support. She's struggling. Call the
she
people.
Needs something.
Yeah.
She needs something.
Particularly with Hezekiah.
Yeah.
During the pandemic with him, know how like I was losing my mind. I actually want to thank you for that because as much as you couldn't really help me because I was exclusively breastfeeding and you couldn't do night shifts or something, I appreciated that every single day you would ask me like, how did he sleep? Every single day. And I would have so much to say, and then he did this, and I swear it was 8 times, and this and that. I feel like you validated just how exhausted I was every day. And you'd take him off my hands, and then you'd ask me how was last night. And if it helped me a lot more than you know.
I didn't know
that helped me for real, girl. Because it was everything. Like I'd be in the night, like in these forums, like, oh my gosh, okay, so I gave him this at 11, and then he slept for 4. Like I was in a very dark rabbit hole of just, please, Lord, give me some sleep.
Yeah.
And having someone that actually cares and asks about it every single day makes a huge difference. Huge. So I'll be like, okay, she's going to be here soon. She's going to take this baby and then she's going to ask me how the night was. And then eventually the night, I was like, you never believe it. Like he slept longer, X, Y, and Z. So
that was amazing. I was really glad for you. Absolutely.
That sleep school saved my life. Go to sleep school, people. Go to sleep school if you need it. That's up to you. It's your choice.
Once you started getting sleep, I was like, oh, she's going to be all right. But it was a bit like, how long can really any person go without sleep, without a full
I'm getting
night's
shakes
sleep?
just thinking about it. Because I think some people naturally are like night owls or they're not that, like sleep isn't that big of a deal. For me, I've always been I need like 9 hours to be frank. And to go from like a solid 9 hours, even through uni, people be like, how are you sleeping? It's exams. I'm like, the only way I'll make it through exams is if I sleep. So sleep was big for me. And then all of a sudden, I go into a 48-hour labor, which means not sleeping for 48 hours. And I come out of that 48 hours of no sleep becoming a mom who breastfeeds around the clock and it just never ends. Like it's like a horror movie.
And I remember I had glimpses of it. There were times when I used to have Hezekiah overnight, and then he would sleep in my room in my bed.
Yeah.
And I would bottle feed him after you stopped
after
breastfeeding.
that time.
And he would wake up, and then you do a nappy change. That glimpse into motherhood.
Girl, I'm shaking.
Girl, me too.
Auntie I'd be like, you and me both.
I was like, I'll see you next week.
I needed an I see you next week.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing, like, motherhood is no joke. I feel like it prepares you to be the last boss. Like, it prepares you nothing. The one thing about it, afterwards, like, I changed so much when I became a mom. Like, there was a time where I was just like, this is what I'm going to do, and then I'll be this, and then I'll do that, and that's my career, and that's that. After I survived 6 months of not sleeping a single night, I'm like, I can do anything. There's nothing I can't do. Like, what do you mean? I could do this. I could do it all. Like, at some point you realize how capable you are once you've had no choice but to be strong.
Yeah.
But it showed me that. It actually showed me I had more in me than I thought I could. Just when I thought I couldn't go on, I went on further. So
amazing.
That's one way of seeing it as well.
Yeah, I don't think there could be anything harder than what you've gone through, honestly. Like, I don't.
Hence, I support your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Doesn't mean auntie life is easy.
No,
There's
no,
pass
no.
in life, but
No.
hell.
In fact, in some ways, sometimes auntie life can even be harder, or not harder, come on now, but difficult in many ways as well. Like, there's a pressure on you as well. And there's a lot. Like, the kids, they really be expecting a lot when they see you as well.
Yeah,
There's
it's
high
just been
expectations.
amazing. I think that, like, what I've appreciated of being an auntie, especially when they were really young, is that it gave me, I think one of the reasons I want to promote being an auntie so much is like, it gave me they looked at me and their needs are so simple. When they're really young,
Yeah, they didn't need those few things.
you need
like
to
clean,
feed them, they need to
fed,
be
and
clean,
rested.
and they need to rest,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then as they start to learn and take on the world and they just think that you're this amazing person. They don't know anything else about anything.
That's so
and they
true.
look up at you and they just think, oh my goodness, you're helping me with these little tasks.
Yeah.
And it's so rewarding when you get to be a part of a young child's life. And there's just moments that come about that you're like, oh, actually, I'm doing a really good thing here that feels really, really fantastic. I'll give you an example.
Please do.
Hezekiah Thomas Pue.
Yes.
He loves balloons.
He
Kids
does.
love balloons.
They do.
Okay? If you're a new auntie or uncle, get a bag of balloons.
Facts.
And they will be entertained forever. And for the longest time, he would always come to me. He was like, I want this color balloon. I would blow it up for him.
Yeah.
And then he, at some point, was like, I want to do it myself.
Yeah.
The journey that we went
You
on.
guys went on a journey. That was a course.
The journey we went on and the number of balloons that he tried and failed and tried to blow up his own balloon. And he tried for so long.
Yeah.
And then he went through all of the emotions of just being frustrated, disappointed, angry, all these things. He's never going to get it. Don't want to try again. And I just was like, I'm going to just stay steady. You're going to get it.
You got this.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
It might take you another 100 balloons, 20 balloons. Who knows? You're going to get it. Keep going.
Yeah.
We went on that journey. And the day, I remember the balloon.
Yeah.
It was this pink balloon. And Hezekiah blew his first ever balloon in front of me.
Yeah.
And the way as he was blowing this balloon and he recognized he's blowing his first balloon and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him.
This is the 100th.
This is it.
Yeah.
And he blew up that balloon.
You're about to cry over a balloon story.
And it's so stupid, isn't it?
No, it's the principle.
It's the
the fact that you
principle.
went through it with him. That's the beauty of babies.
It's
like
just
you
being
get to
there.
be there, being like, you can roll, you can do it, you can speak, and you actually watch them achieve it.
And he finally did.
Yeah.
It's exactly those things. And then it leaves you thinking, hell, I can do it too. Like,
I'm gonna blow my own balloons today.
He kept going
Shit.
and he kept going. He went through it. And
Yeah.
it makes you, and then it leaves me feeling like I too, the things I'm going through, I'm trying again and again.
Yeah,
I'm failing
facts.
and I'm trying again. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. I'm feeling all
Give it
these things.
time.
It really gets reduced to those same things.
Yeah.
And when you're spending time with kids, it gives you that opportunity to really it puts things into perspective in this incredible way. And so then it makes me feel like I just need to keep trying.
Yeah.
He tried and he finally, and the way that it was just, he ran to me and
That
it
feeling.
was just amazing. It was a
Yeah.
simple balloon.
Speaking of Hezekiah, is he your favorite nephew?
I don't have
Very good answer.
a favorite nephew.
I actually think it's okay to have favorites. Yeah, okay, he's my son, so it sounds like I'm biased. But, like, for example, how our older sister Martine and Mama Shema, they're favorites, right? Like, she's our auntie too, but they have a close bond. Or even, like, I like people are point blank to me, just like, I'm here to see Noah. I'm not going to play with you. Kiwi came here, our cousin came to visit, and he's like, I flew here to see your second child. That's who I'm here to see. And I don't mind it, because I guess maybe because each of them have people who are just like, that's my kid. Like, I'm really here for this child. If I could scroll and show you guys Dad's messages for months, all he says is, how's Levi? He doesn't even greet me. How is Levi doing? Is Levi awake? Levi, how is he? Has he recovered? I'm like, I've got other children, right? But he's decided my last child, that's his person. So I feel like each of them have people where it's like, yeah, they'll check. Like, I'll have aunties, people call, and they'll literally be like, talking to Noah. It's always Noah as well. I don't know. Each of them have someone, but Noah is a fan favorite.
right now.
Noah
I
is
think
in
it's
that
a
phase.
season.
He
I
just,
think
and the
they'll
thing,
all go through seasons where people that would be maybe how I could relate to that is that there are seasons they're going through different things, and so you're
girl, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. I don't mind it. I feel like it's nice to just recognize, like, for whatever reason, me and this auntie, me and this nephew, we have this connection, we have this bond. I think favorites isn't a bad thing as long as, like, all my kids feel love. So, like, when Kiwi, shout out to Kiwi, our cousin, comes to visit, right? it wasn't like he was ignoring the other kids or something, but he clearly just has this thing where he's like, I see myself in him. There's a few people like that, quite a few, where they just like, they just point blank are like, this is my favorite, one of your kids, and that's who I'm here to see. You as an auntie, that's why I said good answer. You can't really say it. It's like how mom and dad can't say you're the favorite, but it's okay. I think it's okay, right? Do I have a favorite of my children, do you think?
I would say Levi is your favorite right now.
Do you think so? I actually think I don't think I have one.
You're the one who said I could say it.
No, but I'm telling you from my perspective. I think each of them I really enjoy that Levi's still a baby. Because the whole thing about me wanting a baby. So I'm so glad I still have a little baby like that. We're not out of that phase. So whenever I'm clucky or I see a baby, I'm like, oh my God, I have someone who still has the little rolls. And like, so I get to have that one-on-one with him when they're at school. And we have a lot of like me and my baby, which I really enjoy. And then Noah's nuts. And he's just says the craziest things to me every day. Like the craziest things to me every day. He told me he's going to, listen, he says crazy things. And then Hezekiah is my star. So it's like, I don't think I have a favorite, but I don't know. Maybe as parents, is that okay? I don't know.
I think it's okay. I think there is part of, I don't have
it's
a favorite.
human nature.
It's human nature.
Well, mom and dad, you being their favorite, I feel like as long as you don't have sensitive kids, it's fine. Because I'm like, that's fine. They still love me, but it's okay to be like, yo, this one, we did our big one with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and mom will tell me, she'll be like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
She tells me too.
Yes, no, she really be like, Pam is really peaceful and really like, I like her a lot. And I'm just like, me too, I get it. But if you obviously have sensitive siblings, it don't work. So we'll move on from that. Did you have any other questions for me? I feel like we've covered.
Have you ever felt sad that I didn't have kids?
Have I ever felt sad that you didn't have kids? Honestly, I've never felt it, but let me think what I do feel. Like, when I was preparing this, I did think like, wow, if you had kids, I'd finally get to be in my auntie era. I do have a question. Do you have any examples or stories of any of the worst reactions you've had when you tell people that you don't want to have children?
Yeah, I've had people pray for me.
I've been there.
In front of me. And it's just...
What? Yeah.
I think that's tough to...
Mind you, their prophecy didn't, like, they told us it would happen, they're like, next year, Pam is having a child. You weren't even in a relationship. Who would wish this on you?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Especially, I think, the times when I've struggled with it the most is when it's come from people who I thought had a sense of me as a person, as an individual.
Yeah. And
then they've surprised me with this thing that's like, you didn't hear a damn thing I said.
But in all fairness, some people can't, you get that. Some people can't comprehend your decision, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Like literally. So one of my friends who visited recently, another friend was like, I'm thinking about not having kids, but hers was more circumstantial than not wanting to be a mom, right? And point blank, she was just like, oh, what are you talking about? You have to have kids. But she's saying it in like the most genuinely, she's like, that's what you do. You grow up, you get married, and you have kids. Like, don't be silly. Like, do you know what I mean? And so it's like, some of those people, I give them grace, but I will also shut it down because to them, there is no option. Like, even, for example, marriage. Would you want to get married?
That's a whole nother podcast.
It is a whole other podcast, but it goes towards the fact that if it's something that you don't want to do, people presume that you want to do it. Those are the things that we presume, right? You grow up, you get married, and you have kids. So when someone says they take that out of the equation, some people literally cannot comprehend why you wouldn't want to get married and have kids. They're not trying to like be like, oh, you're a liar and it's not true and this. They just genuinely are like, I didn't even know there was an option. Hence, the title of this episode was like, is children optional? Question mark. Because it's like, is it an option? Some people don't know it's an option.
Yeah, which is the saddest thing is that, that's the whole thing is this is a valid option.
Yeah.
And people should be allowed to choose the right option for themselves, whatever that choice is. And
facts.
Yeah.
Well, this brings us to the end. Thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for being a good auntie, a good sister to me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for coming to sit with us. Sit with me.
Thank you. Thank you for making me an auntie.
Anytime. I'm done with that chapter. It is closed, but you have plenty of nephews, so you'll be good.
I do. Thank you.
Awesome. All good. All right, guys. Thank you wait, wrong camera. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that we will see you again next time. Don't forget to like, comment what you think. Tell us how you came to the decision to have kids or not to have kids. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed that last episode. Don't forget to click subscribe, share this video with a friend, and of course, tune in next time. Thanks, beautiful people. Bye.